This is Scott Fain. This is the Youngstown Lifestyle Podcast, and I want to welcome my guest, Amy Day, or as I like to think of her as Amy Make My Day. Sorry, I've been playing around with that a little bit. From Bergen Real Estate in Youngstown. How are you doing today, Amy?
I'm doing great. How are you today, Scott?
I'm doing very well, In a very good mood. It's almost a holiday, so spending a little bit of time with family, but I also get to spend some time with special people like yourself. I wanted to start this off with just a brief something about how our team met you. You met with my partner, Matt, first, but we put out an ad on Facebook looking for properties on the north side, and you sent over a property, replied and sent over a property on the south side that fit our criteria. And the cool thing, one of the things that drew us to you is that you took a shot. You know, it wasn't exactly what we were looking for in the area, but you said, hey, this is a property that fits your criteria. Maybe it'll work, maybe not, but here it is. And that's something that not a lot of agents, not a lot of people who work in properties do sometimes, take that initiative. And so we really appreciated that, and that's one of the reasons that we're talking right now, you know. And I just wanted to say thank you, first off, for that.
You know, I was very fortunate. I have a friend that actually, she saw it first, and she sent it over to me and said, Amy, maybe this is someone you can help out. And I said, absolutely. Anybody that's looking to buy or sell a home, I mean, that's my target customer. So I try to look at everyone's criteria, and I think to myself, you know, it really is a suggestion, because sometimes we could find a home that fits that criteria to a T, but it's just not your home. You know, when you walk in, you say, you know what, it's got everything I want, but I'm not feeling it. Where something that's maybe a little outside of the criteria, you look and you see so much, you just use your imagination, you see so much potential with it, and, you know, those are the homes that I see sold more often.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Now, like, how long have you been in Youngstown in the community, or are you a native
of
Youngstown?
I am a native, yep. I was born and raised in Boardman, which is a suburb of Youngstown. I currently live in Mineral Ridge, which is Trumbull County, just on the line there. So, you know, it's a little bit of a smaller town, which I like. So we know everybody here.
Okay.
But, you know, as far as being in the Mahoning Valley, you know, my entire life. So
what's like your favorite thing if you had to say to somebody that's looking to possibly move out to Youngstown or whatever? Like, what's the highlight for you of the area?
Oh my goodness! You know, there's so much to do, and you do have to kind of look for it. But there is so much that you can do. I mean, downtown Youngstown, if you like nightlife, it's you know, there's a nice, you know, little nightlife down there. They're really trying to do that, you know, regentrification, which is bringing it back and making it more profitable. So there's always that. The holidays, oh my goodness, so many Christmas tree lighting festivals, and, you know, there's so many small communities around here. You know, Canfield, my community, Mineral Ridge, Austintown, they always have something going on. You know, Boardman Park is very popular. They always have something going on that really draws people in. But my favorite would probably be like the Shaker Woods Festival, which comes around at the end of summer. And then they do a Christmas in the Woods as well. As long as the weather is decent, it is just absolutely gorgeous to walk through it and just, you know see what new vendors are out there.
Is that where they do like the Christmas lights and stuff? Where, you know, everybody,
they
it's
like a homemade craft sale almost, you know, and they don't have vendors in that don't make their own product. So you're really getting something pretty original, and that's what Youngstown Flea does as well. So, and that's every month, I believe they do that. And I think they host it now at the Dior Performing Arts Center. So you could walk through, and Dior is gorgeous, but, you know, you could walk through and see what people are handcrafting. And there's this girl there that actually does, I'm sorry, I get off track, but she does these little it's like pressed flowers. They're like teeny tiny flowers, and she presses them into jewelry. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. And how she does it, I don't know. I wouldn't have the patience for it. It's so tiny. But she just makes beautiful things, and, you know, just things like that. It's really cool.
That's one of the things I can appreciate. Just hearing you talk about the festival, I can tell that you're really passionate about providing customer service and providing, like just information for folks. Where does that come from? Like where do you get that for that drive for helping people to find property and connect with their new community?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think I've just always been more of a people person. I like to read a lot about personality types, extrovert versus introvert, and I kind of find myself kind of somewhere in the middle there where, the extrovert is the person that gains energy from being around, a bunch of people, where the introvert, gains energy from being by themselves. And there's days I want to be around a bunch of people, and there's days I'm like, whoa, I need to time out. So, I try to find that nice combination of both. And, I kind of understand I'm a mom, so I understand, a busy lifestyle when you're trying to keep your kids active and, also trying to find a home. I went through that process myself, and it wasn't easy. Actually, I remember crying in the mortgage broker's office because I was so overwhelmed with it, and I really didn't have anyone there to say, no, this is normal. It's okay. This happens. These are normal circumstances, and I just would hate for someone else to go through something like that. So I take my own personal experience with it, and I try to just make it better for someone else.
Well, that's a very good practice. We try to do that as well when it comes, because there's so many things that you learn, especially doing different types of deals. And like I've just myself, when I'm talking to people about doing real estate, I try and tell them to tamp down the excitement, or it's not. I don't mind you getting excited. Hey, I love and found this home, but I don't even get excited about that I have it until we've closed. I've seen so many, you know what I mean? Like it's just a tamping down of a little bit of that to keep your head on straight so that you don't get excited. Because there's times when the house, you need to walk away from a place, and not if you get too emotionally involved too soon, But not to change gears too much, I also want to touch on a little bit with land contracts. We talked about that a little bit last time. And just from our own experience in Detroit, in the Detroit market, with land contracts, one of the reasons that we loved working with them so much is that there was a lower bar to entry when it came to working with people and buyers, for instance. It's about patience and communication, getting, if you're a buyer, being patient enough to say, okay, if I want a move-in ready house, you go in there with $10,000, you can find a move-in ready house, put $10,000 down on land contract, and go to town. But there's also opportunity for a smaller investor who has $1,500 to put down, and then maybe 6 months to a year from now they want to move in, but they have the property that they can be working on at the time. So my question to you is, what are you seeing in the Youngstown market for like the lower end properties, like that are just sitting,
Well, what I see, I did a little research on this just to kind of get an idea, so everyone can kind of have an idea of, what kind of land contracts are even available, for anyone that's buying. And, in the last couple of years, in 2017, the Mahoning County, I just went with Mahoning County, not the Valley. So Mahoning County in 2017 sold over 3,000 properties, and in 2018 it was just under 3,000, so it was 2,900. And out of those properties, that, so we're looking at over 5,000, almost 6,000 properties. Only 46 of them offered land contracts. And out of those 46, only 6 of them took advantage of it. So there's definitely a need for properties, especially in the Youngstown area for land contract. And out of the 6 properties where they took advantage, I believe 2 of them were in Struthers. So we're even looking at just 4 potentially in the Youngstown area. I see a demand for land contracts, but at the same time, some of these properties in Youngstown, they weren't move-in ready, but they were priced for cash, and they were sold for cash. Whether that was owner occupied or if that was an investor that came in with the cash, it doesn't really specify, as far as what my research has on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service realtors use. But that is something, just to keep in mind. So, you got 6,000 homes that sold in the last 2 years, and 46 of them offered land contracts, and six were taken advantage of. So I do see a potential for a good need, especially if someone wants to have that American dream. You want to own your home. That's kind of, that's what the American dream, stands for, So.
Right. And because of that seems like a wide open market. And
it sure is.
it's just like when I was doing, I did land contracts in Detroit, and the other side of the patience and communication thing was for sellers. For me, I had a land contract working with a lady. Now, one of the things we do when we're doing a land contract is we like to just do our due diligence with the person, get an application, find out what they're working with financially, verify employment, that type of thing, and check references, just do some checking on the references. And I got to the place where I felt comfortable moving forward with this person. And lo and behold, life happens. She got into a bad way, with her health and everything like that. But she was still serious about wanting to do the house. She was, it's like communicating with me on a regular basis. It's like she was apologetic because this is not something that happened to her normally, and she wanted to do to work with me. And so there was a time in there when she couldn't afford to make any payments for, like a span of a few months. But she kept in touch, and what she could pay, she did. And if you don't but if you could afford to have the patience to continue to work with somebody, then at the end of the day, she closed that deal out. She managed to get some things together, got back on her feet, and I closed that land contract out successfully, and she has the house now. But how would that change? Yeah, how would that have been different if she was working with Bank of America?
Absolutely. Or even renting, even just renting. I mean, they would have easily started the eviction process. There's not many landlords that would have the patience for that. But you saw what her end goal was to buy that home, and you saw that and built the relationship with her, and she was honest and forthcoming with you. And not a lot of people will work with people like that. That's why I'm so glad to be on your guys' team, because that's something that really personalizes an experience. And think about how many people that woman has told what an amazing experience she had with you and your team, and you helped make her dreams come true, even though she had a horrible situation going on, and you were patient. And that's just a true testament to what you guys are trying to do here in Youngstown.
Right. It's just if you can help, that's what I'd like to do. If you can help, try to help. If you can afford to be patient with someone and work with them, I think there's nothing wrong with that. It may not be all the time. It may not all the time be like the thing you'd read out of the business books that you might pick up. Say, oh, if they can't do this, you gotta evict them right away. And then it's like, well, the flip side of that is if you're going after someone like that, it takes a whole lot of money and time and effort to put somebody new into that property. If you can work with the person there. But that's what, as a person who enjoys and likes working in this particular market, what's your ideal market for properties that you want to work in?
I don't want to give a specific price point, but, just to kind of give an idea for anyone out there, the average sale price in the Mahoning County is $121,000. And those are your single family homes. You're looking at 3 to 4 bedroom homes, and more of a child friendly neighborhood kind of area. Those are probably my ideal. That's my ideal market. Not necessarily because of the sale price, but because those are the people you're building those relationships with. There's nothing more satisfying to me than working with a younger couple or a couple my age, because I'm not that old. I talk old, but I'm not super old. But working with someone that has a young family and they're maybe thinking about expanding their family, and they want a home that fits their needs a little bit better. Maybe I actually worked with a family earlier this year that they had 2 children, a boy and a girl, young, and they were living in a 2-bedroom house. They just outgrew their home, and they wanted 4 bedrooms because they thought, hey, maybe we'll add to our home, our family, and we were able to find them something. But it's just a fantastic experience. So ideally, I wouldn't say that there's a specific price range. I just like working with people that have kids. I love kids. I just sit there and play with them. I bring coloring books and puzzles. I mean, there's always something.
Oh, so you're the fun realtor. You're the person.
I mean,
I would have enjoyed you as when with my mother back in the day looking for a place. You were out. Yeah, you were the person I wanted to talk to.
I have a 9-year-old son, and there's times I've brought him with me with the young kids because he could sit with them and he'll put something on YouTube. I don't know these kids and their YouTube anymore, and these kids will just sit and goof around with him, and it's just so much fun, when they get to play together and meet new friends, and it's just building relationships, and it's just important to me.
So you got a future realtor you're growing over there? You're grooming?
But I tease him all the time. He keeps saying he wants to be a YouTuber. I said, or you could be a realtor like Mommy.
Why not both? Shoot, take him out there with that camera and walk through some of these properties. Put him on YouTube. Really He's the youngest real estate investor online.
He'll show people houses, and he'll say, people I've been working with for a while, or friends and family I'm working with, and he'll say, oh, look, here's the laundry chute, and I'm like, oh my God, you're so cute, but yeah, I do, if it's okay, I kind of want to circle back to the community in Youngstown, because when you were talking about the young lady in Detroit, it reminded me of a situation, a horrible thing that happened recently here. About a month ago, there was a home that caught fire, and inside the home there was a mom and 3 children. I apologize, 4 children, and the mom was able to get out of the home, but the 4 children did not, and they were young. I want to say the oldest one was 6 years old, so it was a tragic event, an absolute tragic event. And the mom, she was in the hospital. I believe she's still in the hospital for, smoke inhalation, which is very serious and deadly. But, these poor 4 children, they didn't make it out. And just this morning on the news, I was listening to it. They had a spaghetti benefit last night. Unfortunately, I had appointments. My husband and I weren't able to attend. But, just with the spaghetti dinner, they raised just about $30,000 on a spaghetti dinner benefit for this family to help with funeral costs and medical costs, and just amazing. I mean, you wouldn't think a community like Youngstown, because you feel like it's such a big community. It's a city, but really it's so small, and we just really stand up for each other, help each other out, come together as a community. I mean, if anyone's ever hosted a spaghetti dinner for something, $30,000 is a huge amount of money to raise with one benefit like that. That is just phenomenal, the support, and even tonight there's a concert that we're gonna attend. Just that it's donation only. There's no cost to get in, but there's a concert they're putting on just to show that support, raise some more money, because this poor mother, not only is she going through medical issues, but to lose children like that, it's heart-wrenching. It's tragic.
It's horrifying.
It is. It's the worst thing that could possibly happen, but at least she's got the support and she's seeing the love, but that's just, if you're ever thinking about moving, Youngstown, we've got a bad reputation, but we're a pretty cool area. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty nice place to live. It's a great place to raise a family.
I say that bad reputation stuff might be overstated, because people say the same thing about Cleveland, and most of the people that's where I'm originally from. The steak by the lake and all that kind of stuff. I take issue with that. Anybody who says things like that, I get flack about Detroit sometimes. Yeah. There's great everywhere. There's bad everywhere, and absolutely. Like what you're describing, my experiences in Youngstown have always been really positive. I came down there for a community event to help out because I was helping volunteer with my partner down there, and all the people came out, and it was nice. It was a little bit of rain sprinkling a little bit, but still people came out to do something, participate, and that's good. I mean, that's what you want, when people can come together.
Absolutely. Well, I want to. It's all those statistics. The statistics make us seem bad, but we're really not that bad.
Yeah, statistics is. I can get into a longer conversation about that. I'm trying to live more positively, and it's like. And living what's really there, there's bad everywhere. Like, let's just take that as a given. But there's also the good outweighs the bad. I just think because we are so connected now through social media and everything, we see the bad all the time because that's what people talk about. But, you know,
Absolutely.
how many times do you, in your personal life, have experienced some form of tragedy? Everybody has it, but it's not all the time, is my point.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
But
You're right. You're right on point.
before we get going, too, I have one question for you that's just a random question. Mostly
Okay.
I'm curious. What is your favorite comfort movie? Now, this is a movie you've seen it a bunch of times. It doesn't matter. You put it on, and this is your favorite comfort movie.
Oh, it's a girl movie. Are you sure?
I don't mind.
Well,
Hit me with
I don't know. There's a few. You know what? I'll say there's a couple, but my favorite, if I'm just sitting up in the bedroom and I want to put a movie in, and I like to listen. I'm usually multitasking in some way, so I hate to have to sit and actually watch something, but probably Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. That was probably one of my favorites. But yeah, I know. I love the accents. It's fun. But I also, you know, the Green Mile's on Netflix now, so we put the Green Mile on a lot too, because that's just 3 hours of pure goodness, and you cry every time at the end. I mean,
yes.
it happens.
I only laugh at the beginning.
You know.
I only laugh at the Pride and Prejudice because my wife has that same movie, and she hasn't watched it as much as she used to, but for a time, every time I come back there, it was Pride and Prejudice, Pride and Prejudice, Pride and Prejudice. I just think that's funny. Anyway, I appreciate you taking the time this morning to talk with me, and look forward to doing this again. And for those who are interested in meeting with Amy and getting Amy to help you find a property, you can find her contact information and on our website at realestatePlanForYou.com. That's a real estate plan, the number 4, the letter U.com. Thanks again, Amy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.